Good cases we have, good cases we've lost along the way. What? Who? I want to know what these songs are actually supposed to be. I would have never guessed that Gumshoe was into reggae. What?
What?
What? Mr. Godot. I almost said Godot. I knew it! I knew I wasn't imagining it! For you, Phoenix, you have a brain.
Let's not go that far.
I can't believe the murder weapon's a spoon. You know, there's a place at the base of this mountain that has some really good pasta. How about I take you there when we find Maya? Huh, pal? Gumshoe! You're so good, I love you!
Hello everyone and welcome back to 4 Pixels. Coco and Moon are here with our guest Binks, and we are continuing Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. I forgot where we left off.
I forgot legitimately what we were doing. Oh, right. We were trying to hug it out with Edgeworth, and Edgeworth was like, no, don't look at me.
True emo fest.
He really is.
It was my first court case 6 years ago. I was a greenhorn, and due to my inexperience, the defendant died.
You're talking about Terry Falls, right? Terry, I feel so bad for you, you fucking idiot.
Yeah. I don't often go into the Ace Attorney fandom. You know, I just stick with my friends. But I remember once when I was looking up some Dahlia stuff, and oh god, it was like immediate vitriolic discourse about Terry Falls.
Why?
And I was just like, I'm backing out. I mean, like, to be fair, it is a very weird situation because, like, on one hand, the way that Dahlia manipulated him was foul, and she's disgusting for it. On the other hand, she was a 14-year-old girl, and he was like 20.
Yeah.
On the other hand, he's clearly not, like, has the mental capacity of an adult.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, I was just like, alright, backing out of here.
This is a problematic situation that I want nothing to do with.
Mm-hmm.
You know about that case?
You're not the only one who noticed something about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne. I checked one of I almost said Maya. I checked one of Mia's old files from 6 years ago.
I'm pretty sure I made that same mistake last time we recorded.
It just feels right for some reason sometimes, and it's like, nope, that's not the right sister.
Yes, Dahlia was a key witness in that case. Dahlia and Terry Falls conspired together to stage a fake kidnapping 11 years ago. They stole a jewel worth $2 million from Dahlia's father, a jeweler.
The enigmatic A jeweler that they keep throwing out there. A jeweler. He's a jeweler. Jeweler? Oh my god, he's a jeweler, guys.
I was gonna say something awful.
Julia. And 5 years after that, she murdered her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne, to keep her from talking.
Oh god, that's another question. Is that... were they full-blooded sisters? I can't fucking remember.
No, I think Valerie was like the only child of the jeweler from a different woman.
No, I think she was the woman's daughter, not even the.
Oh.
Well,
Okay.
that's complicated. Very complicated. Her sister? Oh.
Well, her stepsister, actually. They weren't blood related.
Should
How
really
many
just
times
wait
did
for
the game
characters to talk.
answer a question later?
Yep. Like
Well,
literally
you
the
can't
next
count on the
sentence.
game immediately like addressing things, which is the problem. It's like, well, I want to ask this now before I forget.
Valerie was the only daughter of Dahlia's father's second wife.
Oh. And this is when she entered my life. The woman who tried to kill me. So, after Terry Falls died, what happened to Dahlia? Did you check that out?
There is no need. Like I said, Dahlia isn't connected with this case.
Why are you so sure about that?
It's simple.
Very fucking face.
Dahlia Hawthorne is dead.
Ha! Ha!
Well, her metabolic processes are a matter of interest only to historians, so to speak.
The hell kind of sentences that, Edgeworth?
Right? Like he's trying to show off.
Phoenix
Honey,
don't
use
understand.
the
He
big
can't be
word.
impressed.
What do you mean by Dahlia Hawthorne is dead, Edgeworth?
I only just discovered this, right, but I never knew about the murder case you were involved in during your college years.
He would have come and saved him.
Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty thanks to the persistence of Mia Fey.
Mia Fey! Mia Fey!
That moment was pretty scary.
It was fucking terrifying. At the time, Dahlia. It's like she was possessed by a demon or something.
More like, or something, since she's Devil Woman herself.
Mhm.
It's been 6 years since that guilty verdict was handed down, and her sentence was finally carried out. She was executed last month.
Executed.
I'm sure that's a bit of a shock for you, right? And for more reasons than one. But do you understand now? She can't possibly be connected with this case.
Are you sure? Since all of these people can fucking have ghosts inside them and whatnot.
She's dead, and once someone is dead, there is no way to revive them, he says as if he doesn't know about spirit channeling.
No, he's in denial. You know he's in denial. This fucking dumbass. Someone channel his father so he can get a talking to. There's no way to revive the dead. I wonder. It seems you're not aware of the one other connection yet, Edgeworth.
And what is that?
It's about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne's mother.
What's their mother got to do with any of this?
She's Morgan Fey. A spirit medium from a branch family of the Karain channeling technique.
Did you say Karain channeling technique?
Ah, yes, let's comb Edgeworth's backstory yet again. Do you know something about it?
Oh, yes. I know it's connected with that fraudulent spirit medium.
Sweats loudly. Fraudulent. Yeah, Feeny. We've been through this.
And does that mean that Edgeworth doesn't know that Maya is connected too?
Dead ass, he does not. He's totally not made the connection.
I was involved in another nightmare 17 years ago. I was caught up in the middle of a murder investigation. The police didn't have any lead. They were stumped, and that's when they called her in. She was a very famous spirit medium and the master of her channeling. But you know what happened? As a result of her efforts, an innocent man was accused of murder. She and her powers, they were all fraudulent.
Edgeworth. I hate to break it to you, but everybody's powers are real.
Go to the police records room. It's all in there. All you have to do is check the DL6 incident case file and you'll know. I'm sorry, I'm so tired of the game. Fuck. Did you forget that Phoenix frickin' was on that case?
Yeah, no, like, I was thinking about, like, how long the scene has also gone on and how much of talking about Edgeworth's fucking earthquake incident was literally just talking about this, and it's like, game, did you forget what dialogue you were putting down? Are we not supposed to check every single dialogue prompt that you're giving us? I feel like that's not the case. Phoenix!
Wow.
All have short-term memory problems. Sort of. Of course. How could I forget? I must be going senile at 28. I mean, you did fall in a river and only somehow get a cold rather than broken bones or death. Edgeworth was the victim in that case. Yes, Phoenix, you did that case. Please. Feeny. Edgeworth. You'll understand someday, when you're older. And then you'll see that the Karain channeling technique is real. This is like somebody coming up to you to like comfort you after something bad happened and be like, soon you'll realize that horoscopes are real. It's like Phoenix just said he thinks she's fraudulent. Come on.
Felt like the game just wanted to give him more angst.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Because seriously, after they did the whole information about Dahlia being dead, which was important, after that, was the rest of that conversation really necessary? I don't
Nope.
think so.
Nope.
I bet it's so this is a problem that happened in 999 and just in VLR as well, where it
Yeah.
seemed like you were supposed to stop like and take a break between some of the dialogue, like, and granted those games do have long puzzles and long scenes, so it could be like if you're playing casually I could see people actually taking breaks, but when you're streaming it and you're doing it for like a couple hours, you are like running into the same dialogue like end to end, and it's like, oh my god, kill me, oh my god, I want to die, shut up about Schrodinger's cat, shut up about Schrodinger's cat. I think it's time you told the truth about what you were doing on that night. You said you were in your room at Hazakura Temple the entire time. Do you still claim that to be the truth?
Yes, that's where I was.
Iris, I believe you're innocent. That's why I want to believe that you're telling what you're telling me too, but I can't. Thanks, Gumshoe. It's a very poignant moment, and you're like, ah, yes, let me just crack one open with the boys. Because this person saw you somewhere else on the night of the murder. I'm talking about Sister Bikini, of course.
Sister Bikini.
Her testimony in court today was very clear.
Do you want me to repeat her stuff?
Yeah.
That night I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple, but... Well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hazakura Temple.
You know, thinking on what we were just talking about with, I will say maybe like one reason they do that is for the people who are actually playing these games as they came out. It would have been like 2 or 3 years since the last game. Maybe that's why they do so much repetition.
Probably. Sister Bikini didn't just see you. She spoke with you. You two talked about Maya's training that night. So you see, Iris, you were there at the Inner Temple on the night of the murder.
That's very impressive, Mr. Wright. The Acolyte's actual training was due to start after 10 o'clock that night. I left the main hall early, so I wouldn't be late.
What time was that?
Let me see. It takes about 20 minutes to walk between the main hall and the inner temple. So I would have left at about 9:40 p.m., I think.
I'm sorry, Iris, but lying just doesn't suit you.
Huh?
Now, you say you left the main hall at 9:40 p.m., but what you say doesn't add up with this. Show him Pearl. You yourself testified to the contrary. Don't you remember? You said you rang the lights out bell at 10 o'clock that night. Plus, only moments before you rang that bell, You were seen at the main hall by the most reliable witness I have.
Who's that?
Me.
Mr. Wright.
We even spoke a little that evening. That's when you gave me this. Surely you haven't forgotten?
No, that's right. I remember.
Oh, honey, no you don't. You don't. I know why. I don't like this. Don't like it. Don't like it.
Something the matter?
Oh, something's very the matter about being fucking Dahlia Hawthorne being a fucking ghost. It's not like you can possess your twin or anything, right, guys? Right? Right? And that brings us to another puzzling fact, Iris. At 10 o'clock on the night of the murder, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time. It's time you told me exactly what's been going on, Iris. So far, I've managed to prove 2 things. First, on the night of the incident, you were at the Inner Temple. And second, at the exact same time, you were ringing the bell at Hazakura Temple. There's only one possible explanation for this apparent impossibility. On the night of the incident, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time. Which means there must have been 2 of you. I can't think of any other explanation, Iris.
But that's crazy. How could that be? There's only one of me. It's impossible.
Impossible? I wonder. The way you're trembling certainly seems to suggest otherwise.
You're seriously trying to suggest there's more than one of me? Then show me the evidence. Show me something that proves there is more than one of me.
For a second, I actually thought you were going to present Larry.
I was thinking that too, I'm like, whoa, I really didn't realize that it was like that. I thought it had to be the with her.
Larry wishes he was like her.
I have a firm grasp of the situation now, Iris. You have a sister, don't you? A twin sister, perhaps? That's right. Dahlia Hawthorne. A woman I know only too well.
I had no idea you knew of her. Very impressive, Mr. Wright. But she's no longer...
Yes, I know. Her sentence was carried out recently, wasn't it? I'm sorry.
God, I wish he was a savage and just like had a big grin on his face.
Yeah,
You know, I can
I mean,
easily
she did
imagine
kinda
it.
murder him.
I can easily
Yeah.
imagine it.
He's like, I'm sorry, but he's smiling. She's like, I don't think you're sincere.
Thank you.
There's no need to explain now, is there, Iris? This second you, who was here at the temple on the night of the murder, it was your twin sister, Dahlia Hawthorne.
But you just said it yourself a second ago. My sister's dead. Have you forgotten that? Why are you smiling?
I smile when I'm nervous. Have you forgotten this, Iris? This is a channeling dojo, a training ground of the Karain channeling technique. That night, Someone channeled Dahlia's spirit, and you knew about it. And that's the secret you've been trying to hide from me.
I was in my room in the main hall that night. As soon as I heard that I'd been spotted at the inner temple, I knew. I knew it was my sister, Dahlia, the other half of me who passed away last month.
Just as I suspected. The iris that Sister Bikini saw at the inner temple on the night of the murder. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Why didn't you tell me this before?
Because my sister always does the right thing.
Oh, honey, you're so fucking wrong. Holy shit. You could not have said, like, the world's most wrong thing unless you said, like, 2 + 2 = 9. Like,
Or Phoenix is smart.
Or, like, Edgeworth is straight. Like,
Ooh.
excuse me?
And because I mustn't get in the way of what she's trying to do.
Oh, baby, she, like, brainwashed you.
I already betrayed her once before. I can't do it again.
Definitely brainwashed.
Yeah.
Much like
You
Terry
betrayed
Falls.
Say that again?
Much like Terry Falls.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Gosh, I just realized Dahlia could have easily become like a cult leader.
Oh god, yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Ooh, glad she's dead. Anyway.
Time to
I
write
really
some
am. I'm
fanfic.
like- The fucking potential of that is terrifying.
Thank you for the fodder, Binks.
Yes, do it, Coco, do it.
No. Scary fanfic. You betrayed her. What do you mean?
That's why I have to accept I may be found guilty. It's the only way.
What is she talking about?
You know about it, don't you, Mr. Wright? About the fake kidnapping that took place here on Eagle Mountain 11 years ago. That was the start of it all. It twisted her entire destiny. She started to commit crime after crime, and in the end, she lost her life. It's all because I betrayed her.
I'm just fucking reeling from this, like, logic. Ugh. How did you betray her, Iris?
It was no coincidence that Eagle Mountain is where the exchange was to take place. After all, I helped plan the whole thing.
What?
But I got scared, so I ran away.
What are you talking about? Why would you help her? Stealing $2 million from your own father! That's awful!
But I promised that I'd help. And she didn't do it for the money.
Huh?
It was revenge on our father.
Revenge? What do you mean by revenge?
He was a hideous man. He threw our mother away, then sent her to hell.
Her mother? She must be talking about Morgan Fey, I guess.
Oh yes, the same woman who apparently didn't even fight for custody of you.
Her mother.
I think
Go ahead.
I think overall they're just altogether completely mistaken about the situation.
Her mother was the eldest daughter of the main branch of the Fey family. The main family had a lot of influence in many business and political circles at the time. As the eldest daughter, our mother was set to inherit all of that as the next master. That's the reason our father married our mother in the first place. For power. But his plan backfired. Because our mother's sister took it all from her. She took over as the master of Kurain.
That would be Misty Fey, not his mother.
But before long, the credibility of the Kurain tradition hit rock bottom. The new master, Mystic Misty Fey, made a terrible mistake. It was during the investigation of the DL6 incident. After that happened, our father took me and my twin sister away, leaving our mother and our home behind. He hated the place. He said it was a hick dive, and that he had no reason to stay there.
And that's when you came here to Hazakura Temple.
Yes. The woman my father took as his next wife already had a daughter, Valerie. I had no place in his new family, you see.
Oh.
And I haven't seen my mother once since then.
Well, I have something to tell you about that.
Having the master's seat stolen from her, and being rejected by her own family. I've heard she's been very battered, spiritually and emotionally.
I think I'm finally beginning to see how the pieces fit together. Oh hey, you're here.
I have asked her everything I can in my capacity as a prosecutor. This incident, everything related to it goes back to the history of the Fey clan.
That's what it looks like. Iris, there's just one more thing I want you to tell me.
What is it?
During the incident in which your sister, Dahlia Hawthorne, poisoned a lawyer, she began relations with a certain college student in order to hide the evidence. That college student, have you heard anything about him?
Well, I did hear one thing. She said she hated his guts.
Oof.
I see. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome. Hurry up, Phoenix Light. There's still much to investigate. I thought she was whipping Iris at first.
Me too, that's why I laughed, because I was like, oh my god.
I've only seen her whip a few women, actually.
Yeah. The only
I
one...
think only Lotta Hart, right?
She's... I feel like there must be more, but she's the only one that comes to mind.
Yeah.
I think she might have whipped Edie.
Actually, like... No, she didn't do it to Bikini.
Not Bikini, Eni. She's a different character.
I don't remember. But she would deserve it.
Leave these locks to me. I'll open them for you. I promise.
Thank you. I suppose I'd better continue my investigation. There's still one giant secret left to unlock. I'm so stressed on behalf of that child. Girl's psyche lock. Golly, I wonder who she channeled on accident.
And with that, we will end this episode right here. Thank you guys for joining us, and see you next time.